I had several years ago, a parent of a little girl she was a baby when I started working with her, gave me this book as a thank you when Kimber was getting ready to transition into preschool, and Pip, we were going to be out of the picture at that point. And this mom kind of really expresses to me a lot of what we do in PIP with our families. And so I wanted to share it because it was just beautiful and it meant so much to me. So I'm going to read a few pages at a time, make a comment, and then a few others. Shouldn't take too long. She says, "Hi, Bess." This mother wrote it from the viewpoint of her little girl, like her little girl was talking to me. But it really was mom talking to me. "Hi, Bess. They say you've done your job and now you have to go. But before you do, I have a few things I want to say. Remember when you first came to my house, I was so weak, I could barely open my eyes. My mommy was sad that day because I didn't get a single check on my evaluation. They'd just been to the doctor. You helped her feel better by explaining that eyes are tricky to learn how to use, and I was doing my very best. We would have to do a lot of these evaluations over the next couple years, and sometimes my mommy would get discouraged. We had so much work to do, but you would always point out all the good things I was doing and how far I had come. You promised her I would get stronger, and you were right." And I think that those first few pages really do express we're there in the home to support, to emotionally support, to listen, to not judge, and help parents deal with with an initial grieving process about the things that their child maybe initially they're not sure they're ever going to be able to do, and just be there for them. And I think that that's for families to let us be in their home and do that is just a beautiful thing. She continues on, "You always brought the coolest books, and you always made me the coolest toys." And one of the things in PIP, we do a lot of adapting materials that are already in the home. When we do a lot of making of things that we bring into the home and leave with them. Because oftentimes so many of the toys, the little toddler books, materials out there for babies who have normal vision are just not very motivating to our little ones. They don't have texture, they don't have interesting sounds. And so learning materials, we do quite a bit of work with families on creating those and adapting those. She continues on, "I liked it when we would go on field trips, like when we went to see the animals we have a little kind of zoo and nature center in town, or when we would go swimming. As our little ones start to get a little bigger and can start to get out into the community, as PIP advisors, we try to do that. Sometimes we'll meet the parent at a park or at a swimming pool when the weather's nice, to get out in the community with their kids and help them experience things that all children their age should be experiencing, to learn about their world. And sometimes it's just nice for a parent to have somebody else along to support them in those first ventures out into the community. She continues on, "You taught me how to make-believe play," Kimber's learning to play with a tea set, "and how to use my hands to put on socks. You helped my mommy know when I was big enough to try new things like picking out my own clothes or helping with chores. And I loved it when we did art activities like coloring or painting. That's the other big part of our job, is knowing development and helping parents understand what their child is ready for learning to do next, and providing them brainstorming ideas of how that can happen in their home so that little one can continue to grow and learn and develop. And so we do all those kinds of things. We do assessments with them to try to target where that little one is, to make those decisions of what to work on next. And then she shares, "But my favorite activity was when you taught me about springtime and flowers, and then we got to plant the seeds and watch them grow." That's the other piece, is as we teach parents how to give their children complete experiences. Because when you're visually impaired or you're physically involved and you can't get out there and and see and experience all the different pieces and parts to activities, or how you make a simple sandwich, all the steps to that. It's nice. We want to build those kinds of whole experiences into their routines. And then finally they say at the end, she says, they say other kids need your help, but before you go, I just want to say one more big thank you. And then there's a picture of their little family at that time. And little Kimber now has several siblings in their family. But the other big thing at the end is we hope that we have given parents some skills that allow them to continue to advocate for their child in a positive way in new programs that they come into. So they know their child well enough that they can express to the educational team what they want to see their child learning, what's important to them, and can support that child in their continued growth through the rest of their life. So anyways, but I just wanted to share that because this mom, in some ways said it better than I could have said it.